We did it. We bildet ein Monster. Und if the Americans testen dieses Ding in der Sende, you better believe they're gonna drop it on people next.
July 16th, 1945. 4 a.m. Dead silence. We are standing in the middle of nowhere, the New Mexico desert. The locals have a name for this place, Jornada del Muerto, the journey of the dead man. Fitting name, right?
Suddenly, out of the pitch black, headlights cut through the dark. Dozens of cars are tearing up the sand, speeding like bats out of hell. It looks like they're running from the devil himself.
Inside one of those cars sits a guy who looks like a librarian, but holds the brain of a genius. Klaus Fuchs, Oppenheimer's buddy, and the guy holding the keys to the apocalypse.
They hit the safe zone. Klaus gives the nod. The countdown starts. 9, 8, and then, boom.
The sky vanishes. A flash brighter than 1,000 suns scorches the earth. The desert sand turned into green glass in a split second.
Then comes the roar. A shockwave hits them like a freight train. Oppenheimer and his crew are standing there, jaws on the floor. They just realized they're the new gods of war. But Klaus Fuchs, he isn't cheering. He's calculating. He's looking at that mushroom cloud and thinking, if Uncle Sam keeps this toy all to himself, he's going to bully the whole world. So, right there, watching the world burn, he decides to pull off the biggest heist in history. He's going to steal the sun and give it to Stalin. This ain't a story about money. This guy didn't want cash. He wanted chaos, or what he called balance. To get inside his head, we gotta rewind. 1911, Germany. Klaus is born into a religious family, but his dad was a tough cookie, a pastor who hated Nazis. Klaus watched brown shirts beat his dad in the streets. He learned to hate fascism with a passion. He joined the communists, but his real love? Physics.
But when Hitler took over, the writing was on the wall. Klaus had to get out of Dodge. He fled to Switzerland, then landed in Britain in 1934. He gets into Bristol University under Max Born, a future Nobel winner. Max sees this kid as a wizard with numbers and takes him under his wing. But you know how it is. Haters gonna hate. In 1937, some jealous colleagues snitched on him, told the cops he was a Nazi spy. Cops bust down his door, drag him to jail. He's thinking, great, I ran from Nazis, now I'm being arrested for being a Nazi. But then, a twist. The cell door opens. The cops apologize. They say, look, we know you're one of the good guys. Britain is giving you citizenship. But we need a favor. He goes home, and there's Max Born waiting for him. Klaus, we're building a bomb, a big one, and we need your brain. So, in 1941, Klaus joins the British nuke project, Tube Alloys. He's killing it, cracking codes, solving equations. But one night in London, leaving the lab, a car pulls up. A guy named Simon Kramer tells him to hop in. Kramer says he works for the Russian embassy. Yeah, right. He was NKVD, Russian intel, and he played Klaus like a fiddle.
Imagine if the West has the bomb and we don't, it's gonna be a slaughter. We need you to even the score.
Klaus bought it. He became Agent Rest. His handler was a housewife in Oxford named Sonia. She looked like a soccer mom, but she was a top-tier spy. 1943, the game goes big league. The British project merges with the American Manhattan Project. Klaus is shipped off to the U.S. But hold on. A British intel officer named Mark Wynne was onto him. He had the file. He was ready to bust Klaus. But luck is a funny thing. A German bomb hits the Intel HQ in London. Mark Wynne dies. The file is buried. Klaus walks away scot-free. Late 1944.
Klaus arrives at Los Alamos, a secret city in the mountains. Fences, mud, and guards with machine guns every few yards. It's a fortress. He meets the boss, Oppenheimer. While everyone else is yapping, Klaus is quiet, taking notes. Oppenheimer loves him, thinks he's a dedicated genius. But Klaus is figuring out how to smuggle secrets out of a locked-down military base. He comes up with a plan involving a courier named Harry Gold. April 7th, 1945. A hotel in Santa Fe. Harry Gold walks in, orders a coffee. A Russian agent is sitting nearby. Harry leaves a napkin on the table. Inside, the blueprints for the apocalypse, plutonium pressure, trigger mechanisms, the whole 9 yards. And a note from Klaus. The Americans are ready. If this thing works in the desert, Japan is next. We know what happened next. Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Vaporized. Klaus freaked out. He realized he didn't just share science. He shared death. He goes back to Britain a hero, head of the Harwell atomic energy plays. But the CIA? They were sniffing around. Project VENONA. Codebreakers. They crack a Soviet message from years ago. Agent Rest has a sister in Cambridge, Mass. FBI checks the records. Bingo, only one guy fits the bill. Klaus Fuchs. Enter William Scarden, MI5's top interrogator. This guy didn't use rubber hoses. He used tea and sympathy. He befriended Klaus, talked physics, talked life, slowly peeling back the layers. January 1950. Scarden drops the bomb. We know about Harry Gold. We know about Santa Fe. Klaus freezes, sweats, then smiles. Okay, you got me. I'll spill the beans. He told them everything. He genuinely thought, hey, I did this for world peace. They'll let me go back to work, right? Naive guy. February 1950. 3 a.m. Knock on the door. Klaus asks for one last cup of tea before they haul him off.
Ich trete to serve Humanität. Ich bildete einen Monster, so ich hatte einen anderen Monster zu fighten.
He got 14 years. His confession took down the whole spy ring. Harry Gold, the Rosenbergs, it was a domino effect. 1959. He gets out, flies straight to East Germany. They treat him like a rock star. He lived there till he died in 88. History calls him a traitor. But think about it. The Cold War stayed cold because both sides had a gun to each other's head. So, did Klaus Fuchs betray us? Or did the guy who stole the sun actually save the world? You tell me.